The aim of this exercise is to train a horse to be confident holding line across any sort of angle it's going to come across in competition. So we have two fences in a straight line. They're on 24 yards, which is approximately 22 metres. We have the horse jumping through them very square, very straight, very confident. Now we can start putting a little tiny bit of an angle to the second fence. The horse will hardly probably notice it to start with, but it's important for you to maintain your focal point, keep riding straight and giving the horse confidence. A little bit more angle to it now. There's a fairly significant angle. And just on the last couple of strides, the horse questions this, and the rider has to work really hard to stay straight. So we'll come again and make sure, again, that you ride fairly positive and straight. And you can see here the horse is a little bit more confident, but still a little bit wobbly. He's only a novice horse, and this is the first time we're doing it. That's just to show you the degree of angle that we worked up to from a side point of view. And it's a fair amount, but if you do it bit by bit, your horse will really gain a fair bit of confidence from this. If you're still working with a younger horse, always still keep going back to the building blocks of using any poles or anything to hold them in, just to really direct them straight until they really, really are confident at jumping through some narrow flags. So we're going to develop this exercise a little bit further. So we have a narrow fence in, and then I've built this to a corner, and I think it's really important that you give a horse a good stride pattern to a corner in a combination to start with, and that gives them real confidence. But then I've tested horse and rider coming out with another little skinny, so then they've always got something to focus on. It's really important that you keep your eyes looking through the flags. So this is an exercise I use at home ever such a lot. It's a flat work exercise. This is all about a focal point and having two poles to ride across and developing the inside and outside aids so the horse sits between your leg and rein. So using shoulder in or travers in between these two poles is really important because it makes you really look where you're going. You make sure that you don't take your eye off that line, you don't take your body off the line of the poles, and then straighten up coming out, and you'll find that your horse will stay really, really straight and go where your eyes go. If you have a slight positional fault, for example here, we have a rider who collapses her left shoulder, and instead of keeping the horse on that straight line, the quarters have actually slipped away. So the horse isn't between the leg and the rein. It's a very, very useful exercise, but some points to be aware of. Make sure you always sight where you're going. Make sure you're quick and reactive with your aids to make sure that the horse stays with you and the pressure with your leg and rein is related to what's going on underneath you. Make sure you keep your balance by keeping both shoulders level, both hands very soft, and make sure your eyes never look down. Always praise and reward your horse for this exercise because it's fairly difficult for him to maintain his balance on such a short, tiny line.